A proposed WWE change could cause serious problems for wrestlers. A top WWE prospect is allegedly debuting after WrestleMania 39, and MJF has shared a brutal injury photo. Stay tuned to have a look at it and point at it and go, eh. So there was a little bit of strange news that broke late on yesterday regarding WWE and gambling licenses and gambling sort of legalities. CNBC's Alex Sherman reported on Wednesday night that WWE has been in talks with state gambling regulators in Colorado and Michigan to potentially legalize betting for scripted matches. If WWE were to get approved for legalized betting, Dave Meltzer said on Wrestling Observer Radio that none of the wrestlers would be allowed to know the finish of their match in advance.
This is going to create a nightmare for the wrestlers, essentially.
This is going to be hell.
If it goes ahead, if a match can be gambled on, then the wrestlers won't know until apparently the day of the show who's winning the match.
And only a few hours before the match at that as well.
Right.
And even then, it's like, how can you guarantee that it couldn't potentially get out?
You can't. You just can't. It's scripted entertainment.
What happens if the talent is kind of under the impression that it's going one way and all of a sudden you turn up and go, no, it's not going that way, and you can't change the finish because it's locked in?
Yep.
There's a lot of strange things here, but Meltzer said the minute they tell people and it gets out, or even if it doesn't get out, they'll have people investigating them, and they'll be in an incredible amount of trouble for gaming violations and things like that. He said that's nothing to mess with. They literally can't do that, so the talent will not be able to know their finishes, at least in the matches that are being gambled on. This is especially relevant for top matches on pay-per-view shows featuring the champions, because every storyline in the company is shaped around what they're doing. If Roman Reigns is going into that pay-per-view against Sami Zayn and he doesn't know if he's going to win or lose until the last minute, how do he and Heyman and everyone craft the storylines for the week before and the week after, and where they're going and how you factor Cody Rhodes in and everything else?
That's just an example he's giving, but this applies to everybody across the card who could be bet on.
At all times.
Yeah, right. So it makes week by week TV really, really hard. It means that the matches, if you don't know the outcome, I guess you've got to sort of theorize what they're going to do and maybe even plan multiple matches and then pick and choose which one they actually go with.
It's like standing on a massive ladder and there's a lovely swimming pool you can land in safely, and a one just full of piranhas and alligators, and they're just constantly diving into the one full of piranhas and alligators. It's like you would have to do so much more work.
Oh, it's going to be a nightmare. Really, it's unnecessary stress, isn't it? Obviously, I guess there's big money to be made here. There's speculation that WWE might even launch their own gambling service to bet on their fake fighting.
In which they're setting...
I feel for the wrestlers. Yeah. I feel for the wrestlers.
It's not what you want, is it?
We'll see. They might not get it. They might not get it, right? And it might only apply, or it probably will only apply in certain states. It almost definitely will if they get it. Yeah. So time will tell and all that, but... No fun.
Looking to the future, specifically after WrestleMania, in an interview with MMA Fighting, Gable Steveson said that he's still working on his upcoming WWE debut, which he says will happen after WrestleMania. He said, I'm pretty close to debuting and being on screen. I'm just waiting for that call and waiting for that time. Some days it's stressful because I never know when it'll come, and I'm used to amateur wrestling where it's like, hey, we have the Olympics in 3 months, or we have the trials in 2 months, be ready for it. Right now, you're going through the motions with no goal, and I wish I could have that goal in sight and put forth and give people real answers when I'm debuting, but it'll be coming really, really soon. And when I mean really, really soon, probably after WrestleMania or just a little bit after that, maybe the Raw after Mania, specifically this segment at this time, there's going to be all the lights out.
It is really, really soon at this point, I guess.
Yeah.
Are you excited for Gable Steveson?
I think he's been somebody that's been shown to us and presented to us as a future star of the company for long that it's almost becoming Half-Life 3 in a way. It's like if when Gable Steveson arrives, will it live up to the hype? Is it, are you going to be able to find the G-Man and get all the answers? Like
they really have hyped him up a lot. Like they see something huge in it. When he has appeared on screen, they made a very big deal of it. Remember the draft, like this has been a long time coming. He was drafted to Raw.
Yeah. Well, it's like I feel like we've heard I'll debut after WrestleMania before.
I
from
think he
him.
said this before
And
as well.
It's sort of I think that a lot of it is as well. He signed a next in line deal with the NCAA athletics
so
like wrestling team or something he was working with. But and there's a lot of amateur fans now going, what? But he's kind of still tied into that a bit. So maybe WWE are just kind of waiting for that all to ease off, or kind of that to become clearer before they know what they can and can't do. Because if calendars aren't set for that, then they don't really know when they're going to have him, I guess.
Yeah,
and,
it might be a scheduling
probably
thing.
A lot of things.
He might still be green as goose. You know what? I don't know. I don't know how his training's getting on. As I say, like he is a guy with heaps of charisma who WWE sees something massive in. He's already been touted reportedly backstage as like a future WrestleMania headliner.
Yeah.
We'll see how he gets on.
Well, I
very
think
near future,
for every week he doesn't debut now in 2023, he needs to add an extra flip to a moonsault that he may or may not have in his arsenal. So I want to see like a quadruple moonsault.
Hall of Fame's coming up, Sam.
Yes, it is.
We don't know anything about it yet, but Mick Foley's given us a little bit of a tidbit.
Yeah, he said, I received a text message. This was on his Foley's podcast. He said, I received a text message from someone I'd had no contact with in a while, years and years, asking if I would induct them into the WWE Hall of Fame. As this plays out, we will see. There's always a chance that request will be denied, but I know this person responded back to WWE that I was in. As of this moment, I'm counting on being there at the Hall of Fame to induct this person. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but we will all find out together, or if it's Ixnade, I'll tell you at that juncture in time.
Ixnade? He's done a bit of Carney there.
Has,
is that Pig Latin or is that Carney?
I think it's Pig Latin.
Okay. Yeah. So there are a few potential names that are floating about here. My bet, Mr. Socko.
Yeah, imagine Mr. Socko goes in.
Or maybe he does do Love and then Cactus. No.
Oh, could you imagine he inducts all three of himself?
I bloody love that. I genuinely love that. So the names floating about, first of all, Stacy Keibler. He always speaks highly of Stacy Keibler. She's rumoured to be in this year's class.
Yeah.
Again, that we know really nothing about. Is Batista going? Who knows? Melina, Foley also speaks very highly of Melina. They had a bit of an angle in 2006.
Yeah.
And the other one, and this is the one that I'm most optimistic for, I don't see it happening personally, is Al Snow. So Foley obviously always slags off Al Snow, but they're good mates. Foley's hilarious with Al Snow. The speech to induct Al Snow would be gold.
Al Snow deserves a spot in the Hall of Fame.
I think he does as
Yeah,
well.
for
I
sure.
think he does. Like, he's done a load of great work in Impact. He's OVW now, isn't he? I think he's still with OVW, doing stuff there.
He just felt like
for the industry.
felt like this journeyman wrestler that kind of all of a sudden made it. It was like a weird, like he was just everywhere.
ECW stuff was gold as well. He was always just like a really consistently entertaining guy on WWE TV. I really like Al Snow. I think he's more than worthy of a Hall of Fame spot. But we'll see. It could be anyone. Let us know who you think is going to be in the comments, because I'm flummoxed on this.
Yeah, other than pie in the sky predictions, like big names like The Rock he worked with, but I just don't know. I don't think it would be that kind of.
No, I don't think so either. Like. No, let us know.
But speaking of the Hall of Fame, WWE Hall of Famer has teased one more match. Now, speaking with PW Mania, Kane was asked about the possibility of returning to wrestling for one more match in WWE, and he answered, I'll always leave that door open. In the WWE, we never say never. I don't know what will happen. I do some stuff here and there in WWE. That's part of me, and it's something I enjoy, and I want to do it for the rest of my life. If it's something if it's something in the ring, I don't know. Maybe you have to ask Kane that question. Kane's last match was, of course, as part of the 2021 Men's Royal Rumble, and prior to that, it was teaming with The Undertaker in an all-time classic against DX at Crown Jewel 2018.
His wig fell off. It was good.
I think Kane will likely return at some point.
Yeah, I think he will as
he's
well.
got a political career going on, and I guess that's going to occupy his time. If the political career kind of eases off a bit, then maybe we might see Kane pop up more. I think it might just be one of those types of situations.
Totally. To me, there's no interest in seeing Kane have one more match.
No,
but I don't
like,
mind Kane coming in for the odd spot or
that's
something.
It. If it's like a long time since we've seen him, if he comes in and chokeslams somebody, does the flames,
Barry's an up and comer.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I know.
Just a buried alive match, real quick.
Somebody spooky, not Bray, because we've seen it all before, but like I don't know, a Gacy or someone like that, like doing something with that, putting somebody new over. I don't want to see him wrestle again unless it's like a little Royal Rumble thing, but. I don't know.
Well, we're going to finish with MJF had a hematoma on his forehead, a little devil horn, and he shared an image of what's happened to that hematoma on his forehead, as the blood has now moved down and pooled around his eye.
Right, you ready? We're going to unveil it now.
Yeah, just
3, 2, 1. Quasimodo! Oh. Actually, I think it's quite hot. If you turn that picture sideways, look at it.
Oh, the picture was accompanied by
I miss her.
by Still the Champ, and the rats don't seem to mind.
Nor do I. So there you go. He looks absolutely disgusting. Don't turn the picture sideways, Owen. We'll get demonetized. Anyway, that's it. He looks absolutely knackered. Good luck to the guy on getting better.
Yeah.
So he can get back to throwing drinks in kids' faces.
Yeah.
Right, we'll be back with more news this afternoon. Stay tuned this weekend. We've got loads of good stuff going up if it gets monetized. See you in a bit.
Bye.